unintentionally hit a dig.
What's up, guys? So after a long time thinking and sifting through the comments on what wheels and tires we wanted to run on Larry, I have finally pulled the trigger on our new setup, and I think y'all are going to absolutely love it. So the tires I've actually never ran before, even though y'all have been suggesting me to do so for the past couple of years. So y'all know I love trying out new tires, so I'm excited for that. Now the wheels, they might look a little bit familiar, but we are on our iconic OG Larry journey, so I am here for it. I know they're going to look amazing, especially paired with these tires. Now, I'm just hoping it doesn't take too long for them to actually show up. So the wheels were in stock, 3 to 6 days shipping on those. No big deal. Tires, completely sold out everywhere. So the place that I actually purchased them from said that they would be shipping them directly from the supplier. But I don't know what that means. Does that mean a week? Does that mean a month? I'm not sure. I'm having a hard time believing it, but I think Larry's tires are here, which is absolutely crazy because it's only been 2 days, and I was fully expecting the wheels to get here, 3 to 6 days because they were in stock, ready to go. And then us have to wait potentially weeks for the tires to show up because the few places that you can actually get them were all out of stock. And they said that they would have to ship directly from the supplier. And yet here they are 2 days later. Oh my gosh, they look so good. Yeah. We went with TSLs. Holy crap, they look incredible. So if you don't know, Super Swamper, TSL radials, OG tire right here. Look at that meaty boy. So we've had the Thornbirds now. Larry literally has boggers on it currently. And now we have the OG TSLs. They're not the true OGs, like, you know what I'm saying, but still, when you think of Super Swamper, this is what you think of. 305 70 16. So yeah, we did go with a little bit of donut wheel, but we already know they look sick on Larry, and we had to go back to our roots, go old school Larry, generational appropriate setup. Woody the Woodpecker over there. Dude, these are gonna look so sick. I didn't even check tracking on them because I did not expect them to ship for literally weeks. And like I said, 2 days later, here we are. Gosh, dog, I wish the wheels were here. I need to check the tracking on those. Hopefully they'll be, it shouldn't be another 3-4 days and they'll be here. Then we can go get these babies put on. I am so stoked, dude. These are sick. This might be one of my favorite tires ever. If they ride good, that is. Let's see if they got most of the time they got little patches. Yep, there she is. So Interco on all their Swampers, Boggers, Thornbirds, they put those like patches in there to actually balance the tire. So when you put it on the wheel, if it's a perfectly balanced wheel, it should perfectly balance. Now, is that ever the case? I don't really know. Now that right there is a thing of beauty. Oh my gosh. So thankfully the wheels ended up coming in 3 days after the tires, which is awesome. I still can't believe the tires came in so quickly, but obviously we got them loaded up and we're about to head down to hopefully get Chico's to mount it up before they close, because I think it's 4:30, they close at 6. So we'll talk more about the wheels later, but we got to get on the road. Not the fellow 10th gen. It's probably a dang 4.6. Dang! Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time to drop them off at Chico's before they closed, so I went ahead and swapped everything over to the back of Cheat Code, not Chico's. I see people in the comments getting that confused, but I guess I do say it fast, so it kind of sounds the same, but it's Cheat Code. Gonna be dropping them off at Chico's first thing in the morning before work, and then on our lunch break we'll go back and pick them up. A couple hours later, we're about to pull up and get our first look. Hopefully they got them done. Oh, they do. Oh my gosh, they look incredible. Heat the rocks on my truck. I'm crying a little bit right now. Toting around heavy wheels and tires in sport mode is completely unmatched. I got them flipped over because I didn't want them to get rained on and already mess up our fresh polished wheels, because they are proper polished wheels and they will get dirty fast. It's probably gonna be sitting pretty high above those 33s, but that's all good because I'll probably rip the whole front end back apart for the 4th time this month and take one of those. I'll probably swap the metal spacer off for the rubber one that I have that I did not use. It's a little bit smaller. and that'll probably have it sitting better. Just got done getting our adapter and 6-lug spacer off. Now in place, our Bora 1.5-inch 5-lug spacer. And I went ahead and stuck the tape measure to it. It is a true to size 1250 tire, and it actually is a little bit taller than a 33. Knock's going crazy on the dang slip and slide. Still got to get this side off, which was our 2-inch adapter and 2-inch 6-lug spacer. But I wanted to show y'all a side-by-side between the TSL and the Bogger. So obviously a large height difference, even though both tires came in tall, but the Bogger more so, almost being 36 inches tall, which you can truly see the width difference. So true 1250 and 11 wide here. So yeah, you can run a wider wheel and stretch the sidewall out, but the Bogger lugs are always going to be skinny, at least on the 35 1250. Did decide to go ahead and tear the front end back down. So I am pulling out the metal leveling puck and the rubber isolator that I had on there, which this is, like I said, just an isolator, but it does have some thickness, so that does translate to some additional lift. It was just sitting a little too tall for my liking with these 33s on there. So we're gonna be putting in place this medium size. It's probably an inch thick, but that might translate to more than an inch of lift. Either way, it should sit perfect where it's not too tall like it was with this, but also not too short without running some kind of additional level, because we do have the lift upper control arms and they are angled to give you, proper alignment with a level or a lift. I think it's like 2 to 4 inch. So if it was too short, then these would not be happy. Basically the opposite of how a regular upper control arm would be with too much lift. So anyways, everything should work out perfect. Our alignment should be great. What that really doing? And we can actually go get it aligned and not mess with the suspension anymore. All right, guys, well, here she is. Hopefully y'all can hear me over the water. Obviously the bridge is slightly flooded right now, which looks absolutely killer. And what better place to do B-roll and the reveal of freaking Swamper video than this kind of environment. So I am stoked about it. You'll see why there's leaves and everything on the front of Larry later in this video, as soon as we get done talking about everything, because we almost sent Larry Bear into a ditch full blown like 30 miles an hour. We unintentionally went bogging for sure. But anyways, this is her. So front end is with that one cool collar on top of the 3.5-inch spindles. The rear is the 1-inch rough country lift blocks. And then I put 1-inch drop shackles in. So essentially it should be basically stock in the rear. If I don't think Larry came with a lift block. I think he didn't. should be stock in the rear, and then just what we've done in the front. 16 by 10 ion alloy. I can't remember the number. Same wheels that we had on here before. There's not a bunch of options. You can't get 12 well, you cannot get 12 wide small wheels new for these trucks. They just don't make them anymore. Now I would love to get a set of like old school welds, 16 by 12, 16 by 14s, and I run them on here, but they're very expensive. They're very hard to find, and when they do pop up, they're either out in like California, which there's a ton of used ones in California, because it's super popular out there, and then quite a few out in the Carolinas, it seems, as well. So yeah, we kind of had to, you know, go with what we could go with, and so I am stoked with it. I think it looks super good on here. I'm not sold on the height. I should have put them on there before. The problem was we were running into some alignment issues with it how it was, so I couldn't leave it at the same height. Plus they would have looked small, or it would have looked squatted, like extra squatted. Y'all know I'm down with a little bit of lean, but I don't hate the squat like on y'all's trucks and stuff, but I just don't run them on mine personally. Stance is looking killer. Need to pick up some 2-inch to completely make it even with the front. We also got to get in alignment because obviously we're off a little bit. We're currently in the danger zone, I guess, because if I did fall in this water, it would probably immediately sweep me away and I would die, because there's like 40 foot of water underneath me. And obviously it's traveling pretty freaking good. And no, I did not have Knox in the truck when I went across it. He was standing behind the camera, so no safety issues there. But yeah, dude, what do y'all think? Super Swamper TSLs paired with the ion alloys. And this is not a cheap setup as far as the tires go, because anything Interco is expensive, but under $1,000 wheels. I think they were like $800 or $900. Obviously there's not a ton of the wheel to like cost a lot, but yeah, anyways, tires are definitely not cheap. Probably gonna end up selling the boggers or reuse them potentially on another truck that we're gonna lift. I think it looks sick, but I think I hear a truck coming. So anyways, there it is. Hopefully you did enjoy. We're gonna go ahead and jump to our almost accident that we had. That is the reason why Larry is completely covered with dirt and leaves and all kinds of crap on that passenger side. How's it going, man?
Good?
I'm good, yeah.
I got you.
You going across? Yeah.
I've done been across it once. You done made it?
Yeah, I went across.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. All right. Take care, man. That boy said, I ain't worried about it. This F-250 gonna go where I tell it to go, dadgummit. Dude, we just unintentionally hit a dig in Larry. There was a tree down and a truck was like stopped waiting for us to go by. And I guess I crept off the side of the road just a smidge, and it's so soft, it just sunk. And thank goodness it did stay 2 tires on the road. You can see it back there where it just exploded. That all went up underneath the truck. And obviously a ton went on top of the truck. Oh my gosh, thank you, Larry, for holding strong, because it literally was trying to pull us off into the trees right towards that sign. Holy crap, that was almost really freaking bad. I was sitting here joking, not right now, earlier I was joking about like hitting a dig like over here, something actual in Larry, since we got the swampers on there. Did not mean to do that. Like I said, what's happening? Another thing, I'm trying not to crash.
I see the
It was exploding. It was shooting water like up over Larry. Back at the scene of the unintentional dig, and as you can see, there's a guy sitting right here waiting for us to come to go around the tree limb. And about right there, I crept off the road a little too much, and it's been raining for like multiple days. It was so soft, it just hooked on, and I'm talking about it exploded around the truck. Leaves, water, pine straw, everything. It just went flying absolutely everywhere. As you can tell, it was shooting everywhere up underneath the truck and stuff. So yeah, not ideal. Definitely not ideal, but we hung in there. Thankfully the tires that were on the concrete stayed on the concrete and did not go into the trees. I was thinking we were headed for that sign, because we stayed in that rut all the way. I'm trying not to get freaking ran over, somebody come flying around the hill. all the way till right here. And then it came back on.